Oh my God, look at the
That's
street.
pretty nice.
We arrive to a blackened capital, to a sound that slices through the dark, through the drone of generators. It's the croaking of the coqui, tiny frogs native to Puerto Rico. Their symphony accompanies the weariness. We find Naya Reese and her family on the side of a busy road. The headlights of passing cars are like beacons. They've been without power for weeks.
So who lives here with you? My mom, my dad, my brother, my two cousins, my grandma, and my uncle. It's been hard. Yeah, without any electricity, the mosquitos, the heat. I know that there are places have been more affected by the Hurricane Maria, but we're also part of Puerto Rico and we need help.
Bags of ice keep their food cool. Like most people here, they can't afford a generator or the fuel to run it. They just keep looking for light wherever they can find it. 2 months after Hurricane Maria tore through the island, Puerto Rico is still clawing its way out of the dark.
It's hard to believe this is 2 months later. Doesn't look like much has been done here.
Outside of San Juan, it gets worse.
Look at this. It's all falling apart. Just like hanging.
We head to the mountains. There's a quiet to the landscape, the kind that sets in after too much waiting. Entire towns here have no power. Homes are leveled. It's hard to see the ruins below until you do.
Yeah, careful with the nails.
We meet Edwin Colon near the town of Albonito. He shows us what's left of his house with the eagerness of someone who feels forgotten.
The
kitchen and this was their bathroom.
La cama no hacía mucho que se había comprado. El gavetero y eso no hacía mucho, como un mes o dos que se había comprado esto. Es duro.
He is anxious all the time now, he says. Feels abandoned.
Apenado y olvidado.
Lives do seem stalled, brutally interrupted. Look inside, at the clothes still hanging. The hurricane destroyed nearly 500,000 homes and decimated a power grid already weakened by years of neglect. Critical infrastructure, too, is crippled.
Yep. You see the bridge over there? Do you think it's safe for me to...
Yeah, just go.
If there is a way out, no one can point to it.
We're on our way to Barranquita, which is one of the most hard-hit areas in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria. And as you can see, we had to stop and get out of our vehicle because the main bridge that takes us through the town has collapsed.
It's a main artery, and we learn crews only started repairs that day, 6 weeks after Hurricane Maria. They can't keep up.
I thought it was a collapsed bridge,
We take a detour.
Oh, okay. Over there.
We'll just follow them and see where they're going. So it looks like this is where the bridge was.
Find another collapsed bridge and another story.
When it's ya night, cuando cae la noche, más difícil. Esto es bien oscuro, no se ve nada, porque es peligroso.
Jacqueline Sierra has no electricity and no running water. She uses bottled water to do laundry. The slow trickle of aid hasn't reached her, and it's been 2 months.
Pues el ser humano se adapta, ¿verdad? A diferentes formas de vivir, pero no es fácil, no es fácil.
Do you feel like they forgot you, or?
Yeah. Sí.
Where is FEMA? Where's FEMA?
Buena pregunta.
Good question.
I don't know.
In fact, FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, is here and leading the recovery effort. As an American territory, Puerto Rico is entitled to its help. But delivering that help is complicated. Roads are washed out. Cell service is spotty. So trucks blare the message and tell people where to go find that help. It took FEMA a month to set up this aid center just outside the town of Barranquitas. Only now are people registering for the basics. Most are just asking for a tarp to serve as a temporary roof.
But she gets anxious and
Elsa Avides says, without one, life is all about bracing for the next rainfall.
Porque me da un estrés cada vez que va a caer un aguacero, pensando pues que se me va a volver a mojar la casa. Y tengo que estar poniendo toallas, que si confort, que para recoger gavetas plásticas en los closets para que no se me moje la ropa por la filtración de la lluvia. Bastante. Bastante. No es lo mismo como uno estaba, como uno está.
FEMA plans to airlift people who have no homes left to repair, to join the tens of thousands of Puerto Ricans who've already fled to mainland USA. But so many are stuck here, their lives suspended in shelters like this one. In the hour we spend here, Annabel Colon barely moves.
Si la casa mía no está habitable por el techo y por el piso, porque el piso se desniveló, pues entonces prestarnos una casa donde nosotros podamos estar unos meses hasta que arreglen la casa donde uno vive.
What's the worst part of waiting?
Y quedarme sin nada.
The desperation isn't raw anymore. It's resigned, exhausted. Luisito Hernandez doesn't even sit up to talk.
I wake up, I go nervous. You know what I mean? I get nervous because I say, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? That's not easy for me, not easy for these people.
Watch the wires.
When we get further into town,
Hola.
we find most of the water has drained away too.
All the brown is water.
Yes.
A man shows us how bad it was.
That's his house right there. All the brown is water.
One of the town's schools only opened the day we came here. Angelica Caens holds on to that.
Es difícil, muchos de la comunidad perdieron el trabajo por la electricidad, porque no hay los servicios esenciales. Entonces sí, hay días que se levanta uno y es desesperante, pero tenemos que seguir, no nos cuesta o de otra, no hay alternativa.
We head back on a road littered with broken lives. And then, as we near San Juan, this.
Oh my God, look at that car. It's not going to make it.
A severe thunderstorm.
Go.
Speed will get, otherwise the engine stops.
In less than 10 minutes, the highways are flooded. Our cameraman struggles to get us through it.
This is the road.
The downpour ends as suddenly as it started. The city's water pumps still don't work properly. We stop on higher ground.
It was complete.
And find Maria Cecilia Uribe and her husband Julio.
If you want to go inside, here,
All the way to...
look, everything is with water. We just have been taking out all the water, but if you see, there is still water. That's the only way.
How many times has the house flooded since the hurricane?
3 times.
Your house has flooded 3 times.
Yeah. They don't do nothing.
What do you think of the recovery so far in terms of what the government's been able to do?
I don't think they have been doing. I think they have been doing a lot of things, but they have missing a lot of things. We are fortunate because we have.
You have a generator.
Yes. And we put on in the night and we put off in the morning.
We are tired. We don't sleep well. We get worried every day, and we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. 45 days without electricity is just unthinkable. With not even a third world, and we were not. Now we are.
Looking for light, there seems to be no end to the wait. Joanna Rumiliotis, CBC News, Puerto Rico.
Now, you saw some of the people in Joanna's story barely able to move, evidence perhaps of another of Maria's lingering effects. Puerto Rico has a mental health crisis now, more than 2,000 calls to a hotline. That's double the usual, but consider most people are completely without phone service. And then there are the suicides, a reported 32 at least, also well above normal.